Ever since I was a kid, I've been passionate about motorbikes and travelling. And a couple of years ago, I did a trip called Long Way Around with my best mate, Ewan McGregor.
Sounds of achievement. Yes!
Having finished Long Way Around, it kind of left me wanting more. In North Africa and the Sahara Desert, some of the most challenging terrain on Earth. It's home to possibly the most dangerous sporting event in the world, the Dakar Rally. Dakar Rally has been going for around 20 years. It's a 9,000-kilometre race involving 250 bikes, 150 cars and 60 huge trucks. Following these are a couple of hundred support vehicles carrying mechanics and spare parts. This huge entourage moves daily, and this year it starts in Lisbon, Portugal, and moves down the west coast of Africa, ending in Dakar 16 days later. This is the story of how I tried to race it.
People who come on this race take their own risk. You never know what could happen, and the zero risk don't exist.
Only 40% finish the rally, and the ones who don't, a huge majority of those people get seriously injured. Two of the riders, Simon Pavey and Matt Hall, will make up my three-man team, followed by our support crew, Wolfgang and Gareth, the mechanics, Claudio and Jim, the cameramen, and Russ, our team manager. It's the toughest race in the world, is what they say, and I think it probably is. You know, I've been talking about it all year. Now I've got to do it. If I fail this, everything that we've spent, the bikes, everything, we're not going.
This makes it very serious. There's no going back now, is there?
What do you think?
We're starting to get a bit anxious now.
You're right, Charlie.
Yeah, fine. It's just, you know.
Yeah, no, I think you have to do something.
I'm fucking shitting myself.
Don't let my senses disappear, nothing to divert me. I'm setting my sights on you. And in the far-off distance, I'm afraid of wishing I was safe at home with you. It's just a race to Dakar, doesn't really matter. You got to see it through, see it through.
He didn't finish because he stopped, and that kind of upset me, I guess.
Simon, I think he was really pissed off. I've taken it a bit too far now to back out. Jesus, look. I had a rally bike built for me, which I've never actually even turned a screw on. How spoilt is that?
Look at all those beautiful sand dunes.
The pressure's back on again now.
You see a few tears tomorrow, I'm sure.
Charlie's a bit nervous. Those guys are quick. Charlie's broken his collarbone. It's Si's responsibility to do this stuff. He's not even here.
It's a disaster. I mean, it's a fucking disaster. I'm a bit depressed, actually. I mean, I've just broken my collarbone. I'm not going to hang around while everyone else is having fun.
Yeah.
Freezing up. Plus the fact this guy in Ipswich reckons he can fix it really quickly. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm getting out of here and going home.
I personally think Si should have been over here and be doing it himself, you know. And any trainer of anything, his responsibility is to get the pupil to the start of the race, you know. If you break something on the Dakar, I'm not saying that's fine, but that's fine. That's what it is all about. But breaking shit when you're training for it, if you can mitigate that risk, we should do.
I'm not sure if it's Si's fault. I think Sean maybe took us too far too quickly, maybe. And maybe had Simon been here, it might have been a different story, it might not have been.
It's happened. There's nothing you can do about it. At the end of the day, it happens. It's happened. We've all had our turn, and it happens, and you just gotta get yourself into shape and get out there again. You know, the one hope I had for this 10 days was Charlie can learn as far as riding goes. We know he can get better, we know he can get fitter, but it's just the unknown quantity of what's inside your head. And at the end of the day, that's what Dakar's all about. It's in your head.
I think he's going to be at a big disadvantage, you know. I mean, there's no doubts about his confidence on the bike, but you know what I'm going to get for the next 6 days. I think I think that's going to help me so much.
Oh my God. Do you not think you should see somebody about that?
The more suffering now, the less suffering later, hopefully.
You're wrong, it won't make any difference.
Okay, fuck it.
You might as well have a fucking holiday now.
Let's go back.
Sounds like a KTM.
So fucking just disappointed and upset. God, just want to go out and ride. Fucking pain in the ass. And it just pisses me off that, you know, everyone's out there doing all this riding and all this kind of stuff, and I'm fucking stuck here in fucking traffic trying to get up to a fucking doctor's appointment and. It's all very painful in here as well.
Yeah. Put that there, you can actually feel that going right the way through your shoulder. Feel it?
Yeah.
This is called pulsed magnetic field therapy. And then we'll come and bash that with a laser.
It's a big tool. Just thinking, all that time Matt and everybody's had on the sand that I haven't had. I'm thinking about all the races that Matt and Simon have done that I haven't been able to do. You know, I'm a bit worried, really.
Side stands.
Side stands.
But, you know, I'm the one who's fucking put myself through fucking agony to get to this level of riding, you know. Fucking broken ribs, smashed up arms, a cracked vertebra. Hell, I've fractured my spine. I've fucking broken my collarbone. I've scratches. You know.
Having got back from Dubai, the thing that concerns me is now my BMW X5. That's the car I'm going to drive in the Dakar. It's been completely pulled apart, and I'm now worried that it may not be ready on time. But on the other side, Charlie's shoulder appears to have fixed itself more rapidly, I think because of that laser treatment that he's had.
Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night went out. It was kind of good, you know. I know it feels good that I can do it, you know. It's deprivation, and I'm still doing things, so it's good for the Dakar.
I think if he started seeing himself as more of, you know, these guys see themselves as athletes, they kind of really take it seriously.
We're into the torture room. I don't like this one. Tell you what, if you could buy fitness, just buy it over the counter. Just like you walk in and say, right, I'm doing the Dakar for 15 days. You need to be fucking fit. And they go, okay, press a button, inject it with something. That'd be good. I'd pay for that.
You're going as fast as you can to your legs together. Shit. How are you feeling it?
My legs.
Oh, Charlie.
Dribbling wreck.
That's Charlie in the desert.
What was it? Oh, it was a mirage. There's no beer. I was amazed about how much I can do. If you look at this, I can do that now. That hurts a little bit, but I can do. But I can do all that. I can do that. So, you know, things are looking up. It'd be nice to get back on the bike and get fit again, really. These last 3 weeks have been a bit of a sort of beer fest, really. And got to get serious again.
I think half the battle is getting to the start line. You know, we don't want Charlie to break anything else, you know. That collarbone break, I think, was a reality check. But if you had that happen too close to the event, then we're a big game over.
With all this kit that we've got on, you do have to think about the practicalities of riding bikes. The best way to have a poo, right, is to, most people make the big mistake of pulling the trousers all the way down by their ankles. Huge mistake, because the chances of shitting on your clothes is really, really high. So the idea is to get it down, tuck it under your knees, and then bend down like that, and then it's all clear, and it's out of the way, and you can have a good old shit. And that way you're quite balanced as well, you see?
It's actually one of the great advantages of CTI knee braces, you see. You can't fall over because you squat down and they actually support your legs enough.
I'm much more confident on the bike now, but I've really got to work on my technique.
I guess it's maybe you fall back on the bike. Those times were when your elbow's dropped, and as soon as you're on top of it again, you're just, you know, the speed's going to come because you're not lacking in confidence.
Yeah.
If you do it technically nice.
Charlie's just been up. It's his first ride back after a crash in Dubai, broke his collarbone. Looking really confident straight away.
Yeah, look, that is brilliant. Spot on, yeah, look at
He's looking good, I think. He's looking strong, fit, a pretty good recovery actually.
Gareth and Cy have worked out that we need about, you know, £50,000 worth of spare parts travelling with us. So the cost of the project is mounting, and I'm going to have a chat with Cy and Gareth about the kit that's going on that truck because it's very expensive. But the other bad news is that we've been told that the boys now have to do a much more stringent medical examination for a super licence.
9 o'clock is the ECG.
We're just about to go into Harley Street and have this test. I'm a bit nervous actually because, you know, if I fail this, everything that we've spent, the bikes, everything, we're not going.
This is like an ultrasound of your heart. I can tell them how clogged up my arteries are from years of eating pub dinners and drinking too much beer. And
I'm doing the Dakar Rally, which is a rally across Africa, and for some reason they've suddenly changed the rules about what kind of race license you need, and because we're in a production blah blah something, it means we have to have this.
So we're looking at heart size and function, basically.
It's that flat line.
No, that I would worry about. That's only because this isn't connected. If it doesn't stop moving when I connect this, then I'm really going to start worrying.
I'm starting to have sleepless nights over it, actually, I must say.
I can understand why.
Right, we're going to push you to your limit, so you do as much as you can.
You have to get to above 85% of your maximum heart rate.
Right, here we go.
No.
So I'm fit and healthy.
Yeah, it's looking alright.
Despite appearances to the contrary.
How's his recovery?
No problems at all.
Well, it looks like we've done that.
Relieved?
Yeah, because you just don't know, do you? You just have no idea if you're going to pass or not. You know, I've been talking about it all year, and now I've got to do it.
It's just fine tuning now, getting everything sorted, so everything's 100% ready for the race.
I certainly have my moments, have little panic attacks and worry about the what-ifs of the trip.
I must say, I'm really trying not to think about the hardship of this trip.
When you first started coming up here riding, I was well impressed. You know, I think everyone would sort of agree that your sort of basic riding skills were decent and probably better than we anticipated. But there's a few little things which I think we're still, well, I'm still kind of critical of, and I think we need to work on a little bit more, and that's
the mental attitude.
Is the mental strength. And you have got that mental strength in there, but it's almost just getting it out. Dakar, it's all about the mental strength. You're going and going and going, and that halfway refuel hasn't even come up in a 3 hour yet, and you're thinking, I'm fucked already. But you're going to the refuel, and you come out the other side, and you're like, you're past halfway, and you feel fresh again, even though your muscles are hurting, you can attack.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have that in the back of your mind when you're out in Dakar, and you've got this 30 Ks of dunes, and you're thinking, fucking hell, and you're really hurting, but
it's only 30 Ks.
But it's 30 Ks, and you push through it. Because you want that finisher's medal.
Yeah.
That finisher's medal.
No, absolutely.
Then you have to go back to washing the dishes. And that's what it's all about for me, is 3 weeks and not washing dishes.
the danger. That's something that I had dreamt a lot about. I suppose there is a real danger, and that's something I suppose just no point really talking about, really.
Of course, I've always been worried, and if I really think about it, I get very anxious.
For the third morning in a row, I've woken up at 3 a.m. Can't sleep. There's sort of so much to think about, you know, how training's going and how my fitness is coming on.
Team, there isn't a team.
I agree, you know, we should have team meetings, you know, to sort of, if you like, identify if there are problems.
I guarantee you there's little issues, I guarantee you, because you haven't pulled us together as a team. I mean, obviously Charlie and I have been talking because he's been down, but it's been all these little fragmented pieces. That team just isn't there.
All right, Si. All right, cheers, mate. Bye. Gareth and Si can get in a flat, and I don't mind that if he lives around the corner. But if I'm going to spend 6 hours on the road, I mustn't go over there just because somebody wants their hand held, you know? I mean, if we were doing a ballet, I'd do it, but this is the fucking Dakar.
So, Si, okay?
We've got 8 people, but he doesn't think we've got a team. You know, there's no team spirit.
Oh, there is.
But he's saying, no, we have issues and we've got to talk about a team thing, and I'm going...
I don't think we have any, there's no... Yeah.
Well, I don't think so either.
I fucking hope we don't have any issues.
And I said, we picked a team because we're all doers. You know, we're all professional people and just get on with their job. But if everyone needs to be a bit more loved up, then we'll come over and have a big hug. Australians, I thought they were tough.
Ross doesn't think it's important enough to drive 6 hours down to Wales to see Simon, but I think it's important that, you know, one of us are down there to try and sort this out. So at the moment, it's just all looking a bit sort of people all demanding things for themselves. And you know, and the other fact is that, you know, I'm motoring down here. It's my anniversary today of 15 years of marriage. So I don't know, let's see how it goes tonight.
So what's the hierarchy during the rally? What's the decision-making process on the team?
Well, it's Russ and I, really. And then I think probably for the motorbikes and stuff is probably what the decision for the bikes and stuff is. That's your bag.
Okay, so straight away I'm not happy with that, because I don't think Russ has got the experience to make any decisions to do with the team. Then there's a separate thing of who's making the racing decisions in the car, who's managing on the bivouac. Yourself and Russ are kind of assuming people know what's going on because you know what's going on, you know.
Those contracts as they are, you know, I don't think I can sign that.
There's a lot of stuff, again, with the car. You know, if the cars get caught speeding or someone in the car's got no helmet on, it's you and I and him that get chucked out of the rally. Okay. The riders get penalised.
Okay.
So, you know, for our success, we need to know that whoever's in charge in the car is completely aware of the rules and doesn't fuck up.
Everybody has problems, you know, and we all have these nerves and angst and questions and stuff. I think we need to really make this work, and I think just to make him relax a bit about it. And, you know, they're genuine worries, and I think we should take them seriously. All of Simon's worries are solvable, but you know, the most important thing is we've got to keep up the training.
So here we are on our navigation training day.
The road book. It's a roll of paper that has directions on it and tells you where to go. And it's incredibly confusing, and it just looks like a bunch of hieroglyphics. I'm struggling.
Oh, blimey, here they come. The blind leading the blind.
Got a little bit confused at one stage.
Yeah, it's just vague. Sometimes you do, you're not sure, but you have to go with your instincts a little bit, yeah.
There's bombs and shit and machine guns going off everywhere.
Charlie, you've got a real problem with your bowels there, mate.
So, this is me.
You want to change it?
I want to change it, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I want to keep the length a bit, you know, so that it still looks a bit sort of long, but just change it, I think.
Okay.
like it. It feels so strange.
Day of our big press launch.
Morning, morning.
Mullet.
What have you done to your hair? What happened to your long locks?
My long locks.
Charlie. Gotta do it now, man.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd get, you know, new challenge, new haircut.
It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's very modern.
Very modern, yeah, that's what I thought.
I like it, it's nice.
It's nice to have a change.
It's quite very different. Something quite McQueen about it, you know?
Well,
yeah.
it was, you know,
Alexander McQueen, not
Alexander.
It's fantastic because what they've done is they've put 6 stars on the top.
All right, Roy.
Right?
How are you, mate?
5 stars for the Australian flag, and the 6th star is me, apparently.
I'm going to just introduce Charlie.
What, generally, or just this morning?
Blah, blah, blah. Invite you to
If it
come up.
hadn't been for you, and none of us would be here today. That's the kind of vibe, I think. That's the kind
And
of
then
life.
maybe give him some cash. Have you got any cash?
Give him some cash.
Give him some cash.
I'll give him a bung. And then,
A bung
you
or a
come
bum?
up, and then you can introduce Charlie, and then, you know, chat for half an hour.
Yeah, use the fullest right. So you come up, introduce Charlie, and then ask him some questions, and then the rest of the guys come in and
Not
chat
you
with
as
them.
well.
I went, Russ, always do this, you bastard.
So you and McGregor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I was remembering, I'm just looking at all the guys' kit. It's fucking nice kit. They've got all these fancy helmets and jackets and things, and I was thinking back to when we started. And I was also remembering this morning that somewhere in the middle of Kazakhstan, after 1,500 miles of really awful, awful road, I got off the bike and I turned to Charlie and I said, Charlie, just remind me never ever to attempt the Paris-Dakar, because it was a nightmare for me because of my limitations as a rider. But thankfully, due to Charlie's limitations as a rider, which are much higher, he is attempting the Paris-Dakar this year. So I'd like you to welcome to the stage my best friend, Mr. Charley Boorman.
Well, then, as you can see, the bling stuff is. This is the only reason I'm doing it for. I'd like to just introduce a couple of guys who are detrimental. Detrimental?
Fundamental.
Fundamental. is Simon Pevey. And it's Matt Hall, who's the cameraman.
It's dazzling at the bike. It scares me to death just looking at it.
I think the bike looks superb. The jackets, I think, were always going to look good, but the bike, obviously, it went through its playing stages, didn't it? And it looks really, really good. So, yeah, very pleased. And the helmets look absolutely magnificent.
Outstanding colours, yes. Good. Excellent.
Oh, I think he's a real star. Yes, I do. I think he's really good for the sport, and I wish him all the best. I hope that he can do it, definitely.
The BMW looks great, but there is loads of work that still needs to be done on that car.
Look at the stay of it, it's unbelievable.
It's amazing. It's fucking incredible, isn't it? I suddenly felt this sort of real weight of responsibility, and it's just, and then all this, look, with all this, my name on the back.
Well, last couple of weeks I've noticed that he's been a little bit more nervous than you would normally expect him to be.
We're starting to get a bit anxious now. Charlie's having a few sleepless nights.
This makes it very serious, you know. There's no going back now, is there?
A lot of people have invested in me, and I think that's just weighing a little bit on my on my mind.
Ah, good news. The visas have arrived, which means I'm all set to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
My spare helmet, some of these, you know what I mean? Charlie to Lisbon, Dakar, and ready for the Dakar. So where are we going today, Ross?
Charlie and I are going for a crisis meeting with Scorpion and Colin because we really appreciate how much work Colin's done on the car, but we've only got 1 day before departure and the car's not ready.
I see this meeting as saying, hey, OK, we have gone over budget.
Well, here's the thing, Colin. What we've got to do is, I think, two things. Haul the budget back in and get the car ready for tomorrow.
Can I give you my plan?
Yeah. Yep.
How I see it?
Yep.
If I was running a show.
Well, if it steps outside of what I've said of those two things, there's no point talking about it, because that is the only two things that we've actually got to ascertain.
Right. As the car is right now,
yeah.
If we sent that out, it wouldn't get through scrutineering.
It needs to get through
you can have the car
scrutineering.
Tomorrow morning, and it'd be in your budget, and you can drive it out here. And if that's what you want, fine.
If we want that car at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, what are the things that wouldn't have been done on it?
The wiring of the fire system, the master cutout switch.
For service support, is it in the regulations?
Master cutout switch, no.
Okay, so we don't need that.
Well, you don't need it, no.
Okay, and the fire extinguisher we do need,
you
presumably.
Do need, yeah.
So, but that's something which could be hooked up. In Lisbon, you do have a bunch of expertise that if people had to get their hands on a car to make it work, they're all fixers.
At this point now, because we're running out of time, right, my first thought is to look at the car right now and say, what is the minimum that we have to do?
Well, everything's on there. All the bits are bolted on, etc.
I'm completely freaked out.
Stressed out, yeah.
You're right, Charlie.
Yeah, fine. It's just, you know.
You don't need this at this moment, I know.
It'll be there.
Okay.
If I say it'll be there, it'll be there.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
And, you know, whatever we have to do.
I tell you, I'm really disappointed and worried now, because the X5 is supposed to be ready. Simon and his wife Lindley are packing up the van down in Wales, ready to go tomorrow.
Spares, wheels, bikes.
So their job was supposed to drive the X5 and all the bikes and all the gear to Lisbon.
Oh, the last couple of days have been just incredibly manic.
The last little bit, getting the bikes ready and trying to get them loaded up, albeit we've still got more to do in the morning.
The car's on its way.
It's 3:10. Sai is driving down the M4, so I've got to try and arrange a rendezvous with him for the car, so he can get the 8 o'clock ferry tonight. It's now 3:50 and the car still hasn't left North London. It was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock.
About now, or try and solve it, you tell me.
Go, just leave.
I'm on my way.
But I mean go now, Colin, because we're going to miss the ferry.
I know, we're leaving now.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, guys, come on, we're going.
This is all medical stuff in case the space blanket and stuff like that, in case we diarrhea, block me ups.
So what I'm proposing is that you get yourself onto the M4 to junction 13, and I'll phone you back in a minute with the rendezvous point, and I presume that you could be there at about 6 o'clock. I will dispatch a car here with whatever needs to go into the X5 to that point as well.
These are more valuable than the bike, all 3 bikes and car put together. These are the V5 documents.
Okay.
You must not, under any circumstances, leave them in the taxi, lose them.
Look, a little nip, look. Oh, look. Charlie, Paris, Dakar 2006. Isn't that nice? Spelled my name wrong, of course, but listen.
If this plan works, the 3 of you will rendezvous at junction 13 like some miracle, which should, in theory, give you an hour and a half to get to Portsmouth, which is still fairly tight for you anyway.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean? Bikes are currently there. X5 is currently here. And the taxi is currently here.
Okay. Between junctions 9 and 10.
Keep her on the phone.
Keep the
Keep
phone
the side.
and I'll just check with you.
Where are you?
They're at standstill between 9 and 10.
11?
We're just approaching the junction now.
Which junction?
Junction 10, we're in heavy traffic.
Yeah, okay, don't come off at junction 10.
Okay.
Because there's an accident at junction 10 and that's what's created the traffic.
X5 is here.
Just to conclude, they're all now together, so the plan worked. Well done, team.
Unfortunately, I've drawn the short straw and I've got to get in the X5. Lily won't let me drive her van. Right, the two top ones, yeah?
Two top ones. Bridging with anything. Screwdriver.
Yep.
The ignition on, bridge those. Now, open this before you turn the ignition off. Make sure this is all open. Because you won't be able to open it otherwise you'll be fucked. Okay. That again there, if anyone pushes that, it'll set the fire system off. And that one there will turn the engine off.
I'm just driving.
So we had 2 nights of only 4 hours sleep before we set off, and we kind of had this crazy liaison which ended up happening at junction 11 on the M3.
So I've just heard that Simon's made the ferry with literally seconds to spare. So now he's on his way to Portugal, so it means we can relax a little bit. It's Christmas, as I'm just doing a little bit of packing, trying to figure out what I need, and my boots and stuff, and my undergarments, and I'm just making a list here of stuff that I need to take with me. And knee braces and stuff, and there's my wife, Olivia.
Hello, hello. Bye-bye, Charlie.
Fuck. I've just got a text message saying that Simon Pavey's X5 is broken down. What's that number, mate? I really didn't want the stress at Christmas, but I've managed to sort out Simon with a hotel, and I've been working with Russ to try and get the car down to Lisbon, and we'll just have to sort that out in a couple of days' time.
I don't know what to say. I'm just absolutely shocked by the whole thing, and it was a real problem because, you know, if we can't get the mechanics there, then, you know, what the fuck are we going to do? Oh, God. Anyway, I've just got to keep on sorting out my underpants and stuff like that, and I'll talk to you guys later.
We're all starting to assemble. This is Lisbon Airport. We've just arrived. I know that Matt, Simon are here already. We've now got Gareth, Charlie and Jim, so we're all here. The bikes are here and the car is here, but the car is still not working. We've now got a team of engineers literally crawling over the car with Jim, who's doing a fantastic job, sorting the problems out.
So if we can break the weld on this bit and drop the plate back...
We're using a standard road-going BMW X5, which obviously needs huge amounts of modification for the Dakar. There hasn't really been much time, so it's really no one's fault. I just hope that we can get them sorted out before the start of this race.
So we're on the case, and I think the car will be ready for the start line. I mean, how far it will get, I don't know.
So we can identify each other. We've colour-coded the bikes.
Wow, look at that front mud guard.
Oh, that is gorgeous. So Matt's is green, Simon's is orange.
Charlie's is the one with the stabiliser.
And mine is Valentino Rossi yellow.
It's got a bit of extra storage capacity.
Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. That is. Thank you very much. Barbie Boorman.
Well, our service support vehicle is our next problem because the weight that we've got on there is costing us an absolute fortune.
Just trying to figure out what I need to take and stuff, really.
So I've asked our two mechanics, Gareth and Wolfgang, to try and prioritise about how many spare parts we're going to keep on board, and then talk to the other boys about, you know, how much stuff we can take off and hopefully save some money.
I know, these are our energy bars, guys. I don't want any sort of Keith sneaking in the back there going, do you know, I think I'll just take these anyway.
You eat them all now, it'll be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. €30 a kilo, is it?
Yeah.
On there are the spare parts for the bikes, the tyres, tools.
1.3 tonnes.
1.3 tonnes. So I've got to get down.
Haggling over money and weight. All costing too much. I actually don't want you to take off anything that you're going to need. Because I don't want you to go out the rally.
So we've taken the engine off, 2 crates of BMW spares, and the chocolate bars. And now we're set. That deal's done.
We're doing the scrutineering today. The day everybody's dreading, just in case something goes wrong.
It's a bit like Mad Max around here. It's got some mad people and mad vehicles. Some of them look really scary. You just feel the buzz. Everyone just can't wait to get out into that desert. Nutters.
Well, we've got to get all of our paperwork stamped, and that's where all that hard work put in by the girls in the office pays off. Hopefully everything there will be okay.
Look at that. I've done it all.
And then the car and the bikes have to be checked for technical specifications and approved and stamped, because if you don't pass scrutineering, you can't start the Dakar.
Are you scared, Charlie?
It's quite a moment having the number put on for the first time. There's sort of almost no turning back now.
It's okay?
There's no grief.
All the vehicles have to go through scrutineering. They're a little bit more relaxed about the assistance vehicles than the race vehicles.
Gasoline or
diesel?
Diesel. Ok, c'est bon.
As long as they keep saying okay, I'm okay.
Et tous les pièces de sécurité, c'est là-bas. Ok. Ça va? Ok, c'est bon. Merci, chef.
Okay, thank you.
GPS okay?
It's everything okay. No problems at all.
No, we're good to go.
Ça interdit l'utilisation de la télécaméra sur le casque.
It's not on the helmet now, only on the bike. They're saying that we can't have the cameras on the helmet.
It's a FIM decision, which is the International Federation for Motorsport. It's in the past, year or 2 years, but there's been some people who've died before with the lens on the helmet.
We can run them on the bike. Okay.
Problem? Yeah, let's have it. You can't, it's a FIM regulation since earlier this year that you can't have a camera on the helmet.
That's just knock off. If you have a crash, they're not built in, the Velcro just rips off. So I think he's got the guy to authorise that it's okay to leave them on, and then we're done.
There is a problem with your tank.
Oh yeah? Is there?
You must have 2 liters in the camelback. It's okay.
Yeah.
And you must have 3 liters in the tank.
Okay.
Okay. It's not a tank.
Okay.
It's a box.
They're saying we have to fit 3 litres of water into this space, but we can't use bottles. We have to have a special container.
For the last 5 years, Sky's put water bottles or a camelback in the little hole underneath the engine for the extra water that you need to carry for safety.
It was all going a bit too smoothly, really, wasn't it? So something had to go amiss.
Completely random one, eh? Random. I mean, the truth is, we should have known about this one. What's the total capacity you need?
Well, you need 2 or 3 litres in the back and 3 litres on the bike.
So it has to be 3 litres on the bike?
The law is 3 litres on the bike.
So why didn't Gareth figure that one out?
Well, I don't know.
C'est pour la sécurité des pilotes, c'est ça qu'il faut voir. Quand même. C'est eux qui ont soif.
This exhaust?
It's nothing, it's empty.
It's empty.
Toolbox.
Not real.
Oh, that'll hold 3 litres easily.
All these cameras causing problems. Because if you notice, Claudio, I was here and I had my card stamped, and the only reason was all you guys crowding around, drawing attention.
How many litres is that? So we need another one of those.
Well, I just fill it up again.
Yeah. Let's go steady with the French, huh?
Oh, pretty cool.
No, you can't. They like a little concession now. If you push them.
I don't think we were pushing them, really. I was just, you know, exploring possibilities, that's all.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
No, they're relaxing now a little bit.
No, they're easing off.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Well, we've done our bit, I think, now.
They are through.
We are really pleased that the bikes have got through scrutineering, but I've just heard that there was yet another problem with the X5.
The car has immobilised itself again, so it won't start, it'll just crank over and it won't go any further. We've also got to try and get hold of a computer that we can take with us.
But basically it's a GT1 computer, that's what we have to go with, isn't it? I feel a lot more comfortable if we had that in the car. The good news, I spoke to John about getting these GT1s out, and it does sound like he's prepared to loan us one, so I think that's good news. All right, Jim.
Russ has managed to persuade an engineer to come down with his GT1 unit, which is basically a computer which plugs into the car, which finds out what's wrong with it, and hopefully we can fix it.
John, who's the engineer that worked with us before on the car, knows all about the motor. He's happy to come out and spend the first 2 days with us on the rally with the GT1, but he's got to get clearance from his girlfriend and his boss. But if at the end of the day,
when's he flying out?
6:15 tonight. Well, I'm booking the flight anyway.
The race vehicles, once they're through scrutineering, then they're in a parc fermé, which means a closed car park, and they're not allowed to take it out after then.
Sorry? Okay.
Everybody's got to go to the drivers' meeting, and for the first time, you can see how many people are actually involved in this race. And one of the things that they talk about is a navigational road book and about how that works. And that really is one of the things that is really starting to freak me out. I'm fucking shitting myself.
Oh, what a sweet man. Hola, ¿cómo está? Go, Charlie, go.
I'm panicking. I've got a real panic on it. That cigarette
really?
didn't help.
Still?
That didn't help me either. God. And you know, the funny thing is I'm dyslexic. So left and
You were
right
doing
is
a lot
really
of writing in there for someone who's dyslexic. What's this bit down here, mate?
6:30 start. This bit.
Good looking.
No, it's the WD and the DZs and the FZs are good visibility. But I couldn't spell visibility, so it's good looking.
Good looking.
But the good news is that John has arrived, and he's arrived with the diagnostic equipment, lots of new spare parts.
All start.
Pretty much what I expected, really. Got some issues with it, which is going to be here nor there because of the short time and the shakedown that it's not had. So yeah, we've got a few issues, but I'm sure we'll get there. It's not a problem.
I'm feeling a little bit more confident. And so is this man.
Poor old Charlie. He's having a bit of a stress out.
Is he?
He's just phoned me to go up to his room and help him do his road book.
I just don't know. Oh dear.
And what time is it now?
It's 11 o'clock and
What time are you getting up?
4:30.
Hey, Si.
Sorry, folks.
No, God, no, listen, thank you for coming up. I wasn't expecting
Just minor panic going on here.
Wow, you've got some highlighting going on there. I wouldn't even bother. I really wouldn't.
So we just take the pages with us, just in case?
Well, there's always some modifications every night, but normally
Not that many.
not that many. You can get it, but normally not that many. And
so we rewind this back now, don't we? Because we feed it up into the top one, don't we? Is that right?
You feed it onto the bottom one, so that when it rolls onto the bottom, it ends up at the start.
Oh, of course, so it can go all the way. Of course.
Yeah, it's that's why it's good to get into doing it this way.
I'm completely all over the place. What must have you been like doing it by yourself? Jesus.
Are you not nervous at all, Simon?
No.
You seem very relaxed. What?
No. It's sad, really, isn't it?
And were you not the first time, really?
No, the first time, of course I was, yeah.
And were you nervous the whole way through? Or do you relax into it a bit?
Of course you relax into it.
Thank you, Simon. And thanks for having me, Simon. You've been brilliant, mate. I mean, really, throughout this whole
Yeah.
year. Ah, sweet. And I've been flapping around like an old idiot.
No, but we're here now. It's going to be good, eh? And then we'll see you there.
Have you seen the
I'll see you tomorrow morning first.
The underpants that Lucy bought me.
Fantastic. The underpants of a sex god.
I'm wearing them tomorrow.
I think you have to wear them for the whole rally now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's finally arrived the day. Fucking Simon, man.
And you are now precisely 55 minutes away from starting the Dakar. Well done. Good luck.
All right, mate.
3 bikes, 1 car, 1 huge truck, and 6,000 miles to go.
We are on our way. Watch out!
Oh dear, what have I done?
You've certainly got serious issues with this car, that's for sure.
Whoa!
Good job we're not vain, isn't it?
Freaking out again.
Fuck.
Don't let my senses desert me, nothing to divert me. I'm setting my sights on you. And in the